I said he sexualizes me too much. That was 6 months ago. Now he doesn't touch me at all, and everyone says I'm the bad guy. My name is Emma, I am 28 years old, I work in an office, I put numbers into a computer all day. Jake and I were together for 2 years. 2 good years, I thought. We lived in a small apartment, we had a plant, we had a routine, everything was normal. Jake is 30, he works with his hands. He builds things, he is strong and kind. He always smiles. He used to smile at me a lot. He used to touch my hair when I was reading. He used to wake up early and make coffee. He used to slap my butt when I walked by. He used to leave notes on the fridge that said, "Can't wait to see you tonight," with winky faces. At first, I liked it. It made me feel wanted. It made me feel pretty. My friends said I was lucky. They said their boyfriends never noticed them. Jake noticed everything. He noticed when I wore a new shirt. He noticed when I changed my hair. He always wanted to be close. Then my job got hard. They gave me more work. My boss was mean. I came home late. I was tired. My head hurt. My back hurt. I just wanted to sit on the couch and watch TV. I wanted quiet. I wanted to be left alone. But Jake still wanted to touch. He still wanted to be close. He would come up behind me and put his hands on my waist. He would kiss my neck. He would whisper things. He would say I look sexy even when I wore old sweatpants. He would try to pull me to the bedroom. I started to feel angry. I started to feel like a toy. I started to feel like he only wanted one thing. I told my sister. I told my friends. I said, Jake sexualizes me too much. He doesn't see me. He just sees my body. They agreed. They said men are like that. They said I should set boundaries. They said I deserved respect, not just sex. I felt right. I felt strong. I felt like I was standing up for myself. I was a modern woman. I had rights. My body was mine. My feelings were important. The incidents got worse in my head. One morning I was making toast. He came behind me and pressed against me. He said, "Morning, beautiful." I pushed him away. I said, "I'm not in the mood." He looked sad. He said sorry. But the next day he did it again. At a party, he put his arm around me. He told his friends I had the best legs. He said I was his sexy accountant. People laughed. I smiled. But inside I burned. I thought that's all he sees. Legs, a body, a thing to show off. He would text me during the day. He would say, "Thinking about last night." He would send heart emojis. He would send fire emojis. I stopped answering. I wanted work texts. I wanted my boss to see I was professional. I didn't want sexy texts. I started to keep track. I wrote in my phone notes. Monday tried to touch me before bed. Wednesday made a joke about my boobs. Friday wanted sex when I had a headache. The list grew. The list proved I was right. The list showed a pattern. The pattern showed he was wrong. I started to test him. I would wear a low shirt. I would see if he looked. He always looked. I would bend over to pick up laundry. I would see if he watched. He always watched. This proved it. He was a dog. He only cared about my body. I stopped wanting to sleep with him. I felt tired. I felt used. I felt like he didn't care about my day. He didn't ask about my work problems. He didn't ask about my feelings. He just wanted to be close physically. I wanted space. My friends said, "Talk to him." They said, "Be clear." They said, "Tell him how you feel." I waited for the right time. I waited for a moment when I was ready. I waited for a moment when he would listen. That moment came on a Tuesday. I came home at 9. I had worked 12 hours. My boss yelled at me. My computer crashed. I lost a file. I was hungry. I was angry. I wanted to shower and sleep. Jake was on the couch. He was wearing his old t-shirt. He smiled. He said, "Hey babe, I missed you." He stood up. He walked toward me. He reached out to hug me. I stepped back. I put my hand up. I said, "No, stop." He stopped. His smile went away. He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "Everything. You always want to touch me. You always want sex. You make jokes. You stare. You sexualize me too much. I feel like a piece of meat. I feel like you don't see me as a person. You only see my body." He opened his mouth. I didn't let him talk. I kept going. "I need you to stop, completely. No more initiating. No more sexy jokes. No more comments about my body. No more touching me like that. Nothing. I need a break. I need to feel safe." He was quiet. He looked at the floor. He looked at me. His eyes were wet. He said, "Okay, I understand." I felt good. I felt powerful. I had said my truth. I had set my boundary. I had taken control of my body. I went to bed alone. He slept on the couch. I thought, this is good. This is necessary. He needs to learn. The next day he was different. He didn't hug me in the morning. He didn't make a joke. He didn't slap my butt. He just made coffee. He said, "Morning." He left for work. I felt relief. I felt free. I could breathe. I could move without being watched. I could wear what I wanted. I could relax. A week passed. He never initiated. He never made a comment. He never touched me in a sexy way. He was like a roommate. He was polite. He was quiet. He did his dishes. He took out the trash. He didn't ask for sex. He didn't try to kiss me. He kept his distance. I thought, this is working. He is learning. 2 weeks passed. I was watching TV. He was sitting on the other side of the couch. We were 3 feet apart. It felt like a mile. I wanted to lean on him. I wanted him to put his arm around me, but I didn't ask. I couldn't ask. I was the one who made the rule. 3 weeks passed. I bought new pajamas. They were soft. They were pink. I put them on. I walked past him. He looked at me. He looked away. He didn't say anything. I felt invisible. I felt stupid. I felt like I wanted him to notice. But he didn't. 4 weeks passed. I tried to initiate. We were in bed. I turned toward him. I put my hand on his chest. I said, "Hey." He moved my hand away. Gently, he said, "Emma, you said you needed me to stop. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I respect your boundary." I said, "But I changed my mind." He said, "Did you, or are you just testing me? I need to be careful. I don't want to hurt you again." He turned away. He went to sleep. I cried. I didn't know why I cried. I got what I wanted. He stopped. He respected me. So why did I feel so bad? 5 weeks passed. We started eating dinner in silence. We used to talk. We used to laugh. Now we just chewed. He asked, "How was work?" I said, "Fine." He said, "Good." That was all. 6 weeks passed. I wore a dress to a wedding. It was blue. It hugged my body. People said I looked nice. Jake said, "You look nice." He said it like he was talking to his sister. No heat, no hunger, just words. I wanted him to look at me the way he used to. I wanted his eyes to say I was beautiful. I wanted him to whisper something. But he didn't. He was being good. He was following the rules. 2 months passed. I told my sister. I said, "He doesn't touch me at all now. He doesn't look at me. He doesn't want me." My sister said, "Well, you told him to stop." I said, "But not like this. Not completely." She said, "What did you expect?" I didn't know. I didn't know what I expected. I just wanted less, not none. I wanted control, not emptiness. 3 months passed. I tried to talk to him. I said, "Jake, can we talk about what I said?" He said, "Okay." We sat at the kitchen table. I said, "I think maybe I was too harsh. I was stressed. Work was bad. I didn't mean you should never touch me. I just wanted you to be more aware." He listened. He nodded. He said, "I am aware now. I am very aware. I don't want to make you feel like a piece of meat. That's the last thing I want. So I'm being careful." I said, "But I miss you." He said, "I'm here." I said, "No, I miss us, the way we were." He said, "The way we were made you feel bad. I can't go back to that. I won't hurt you again." He got up. He washed his coffee cup. He went to the bedroom. He closed the door. I sat there. I felt panic. I felt like I broke something, but I didn't know how to fix it. I couldn't say, forget everything I said. That would make me look crazy. That would make me look like I didn't know what I wanted. I did know what I wanted. I wanted respect. I wanted to be seen. But now I felt unseen. Unwanted. Alone. 4 months passed. He started sleeping on the couch every night. He said it was easier. He said he didn't want to accidentally bother me. I said, "You won't bother me." He said, "I can't be sure. I'm protecting you." He was protecting me from himself, from his love, from his touch, from his desire. He thought his desire was poison. He thought he was poison. I tried to explain to my friends. I said, I just wanted him to tone it down. Now he's gone completely cold. He's punishing me. My friend Lisa said, "He's not punishing you. He's listening to you." I said, "But this isn't what I meant." She said, "You said stop completely. Those were your words." I said he should know what I meant. She said, "Should he?" Yes, he should. He knew me. He loved me. He should know the difference between stop and stop forever. He should know I was just tired. He should know I needed comfort, not a wall. But he didn't. Or he did, and he chose the wall. 5 months passed. I got desperate. I wore lingerie under my clothes. I walked around the apartment. I accidentally dropped something. I bent over. He was on the couch. He looked up. He saw me. He looked back at his phone. I said, "Jake, look at me." He said, "I am looking." I said, "Really look." He said, "Emma, please don't do this." I said, "Do what he said. Test me. Make me fail. I won't. I respect you too much." I started to cry. I said, "I want you to want me." He said, "I do want you. I've always wanted you, but my want hurt you, so I'm keeping it away." I said, "That's not what I want." He said, "Then what do you want? Because I don't understand. You said my touch made you feel like meat. You said my desire was too much. You said stop." I stopped. He was right. He was completely right, and I hated him for it. I hated him for being so good, for listening too well, for taking me seriously. I said, "You're doing this on purpose. You're making me the bad guy." He said, "I don't want you to be the bad guy. I want you to be safe. You made yourself the person who needed safety from me." I slapped him. I didn't mean to. It just happened. My hand flew out. It hit his cheek. It made a sound. He didn't move. He just looked at me. His eyes were empty. He said, "I'm going to stay with my brother for a while." He packed a bag. He left. He didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just left. 6 months passed. He didn't come back. He called once. He said, "We need to talk." We met at a coffee shop. He looked different. He looked rested. He looked calm. I looked at his hands. They used to touch me. Now they held a coffee cup. They were still. They were far away. He said, "I think we should separate." I said, "What? Why?" He said, "Because what we had is broken. Because you see my love as a problem. Because I can't be with someone who is afraid of me." I said, I'm not afraid of you. He said, you are, you were, and I can't live like that. I can't live thinking my every glance is assault. I can't live thinking my desire is dirty. I can't live without being able to express love. I said, but I love you. He said, I love you too, but love isn't enough. You need to feel safe, and I need to feel like my love is welcome. It's not. I cried. I said I was stressed. Work was killing me. I just needed a break. He said, I know, but you didn't ask for a break. You told me I was harming you. You told me I was treating you like an object. You told me to stop completely. I did. I said you took it too far. He said, did I? Or did you say something you can't take back? I had no answer. I didn't know. I still don't know. He said, I'm seeing someone. It's new. It's nothing serious. But it's someone who likes my hands. Someone who likes my notes. Someone who doesn't think my love is a crime. I felt like I died. I felt like the floor opened. I felt like I was falling. I said, you're replacing me. He said, you replaced us with a rule that said I was wrong. I just found a place where I'm not wrong. He paid for his coffee. He stood up. He said, I hope you find what you need, Emma. I really do. He walked away. He didn't look back. I sat there. The coffee shop was loud. People talked. Music played. I heard nothing. I went home. Our apartment felt like a museum. All the things were there. The plant was still alive. The couch was still there. The bed was still there, but the life was gone. The life was in his new place, with his new person, who liked his jokes, who liked his touch, who didn't tell him he was too much. I called my sister. I told her he left. I told her he was seeing someone. She said, oh, Emma, what did you expect? You told him his love was toxic. I said it was too much. He was always on. She said he was always on because he loved you, because you were his person, because he thought you liked it too. I said, but I told him I didn't. She said, you told him in anger. You told him with cruelty. You called him a problem. You made him the villain. He's not a villain. He's just a guy who loved his girlfriend. I started to see it. I started to see his face that night. How his eyes looked. How he tried to understand. How he said okay and meant it. How he became a ghost in his own home. How he must have felt being told his love was violence. I saw it from his side. I saw a man who thought he was doing everything right. Who thought his girlfriend liked his attention. Who thought his touch made her feel good. Then suddenly he was a monster. He was a predator. He was too much. He didn't yell. He didn't fight. He just believed me. He took me seriously. He respected my boundary. He protected me from himself. And in doing that, he left me. He left us. He left the whole life we built. Now it's been 6 months since that night. 6 months since I said those words. 6 months since I got exactly what I asked for. 6 months of silence. 6 months of no initiation. 6 months of being the bad guy. My friends stopped calling. They say I'm difficult. They say I broke a good man. They say I should have been grateful. I am alone. I wake up. I go to work. I come home. I water the plant. I watch TV. I sleep in a bed that feels too big. I wear whatever I want. No one notices. No one compliments. No one touches. I think about Jake. I think about his hands. I think about his smile. I think about how safe I felt before I decided I didn't. I think about how much I miss being wanted. How much I miss being looked at like I was magic. How much I miss his stupid jokes and his morning hugs and his fire emojis. I was wrong. But also I wasn't. I was tired. I was stressed. I needed him to see me, not just my body. But I didn't know how to say that. I only knew how to say stop. I only knew how to push him away. I only knew how to make him the problem. Now I know that my problem was me. My inability to say, I need less right now, but I still need you. My inability to say, I'm stressed, but it's not your fault. My inability to see that his love was a gift, not a demand. My inability to understand that when you tell someone their love is poison, they stop drinking it. They stop serving it. They find a new table. He found a new table. I built this one. I built it with my anger. I built it with my stress. I built it with my cruel, honest words. And now I have to sit at it alone. I sometimes think about calling him. I think about saying sorry. I think about asking for another chance. But I know it's too late. He is gone. He is with someone who doesn't see him as a problem. He is with someone who drinks his love like water. I am here. I am the woman who got what she asked for. I am the woman who said, stop sexualizing me. He stopped. He stopped everything. And I am the bad guy, because I made him feel like a criminal for loving me. The worst part is I still don't know if I was wrong. I feel the regret. I feel the loss. I feel the loneliness like a knife, but some small part of me still says he should have known, he should have understood, he should have seen I was just tired. That part is still there. That part still blames him. That part still thinks I was right to ask for respect, but respect doesn't feel like this. Respect doesn't feel like a tomb. Respect doesn't feel like a man who is afraid to look at you. Respect doesn't feel like a life where no one wants you. I wanted respect. I got a wall. I wanted less sex. I got no love. I wanted to be seen as a person. I became invisible. So here I am, 6 months later, in my apartment, with my plant, with my rules. With my boundary that became a prison. And Jake is free. He is free to touch. He is free to love. He is free to be himself. He is free because I set him free. I set him free from me. I said he sexualizes me too much. Now he hasn't initiated anything for 6 months. And I am the bad guy, but the truth is more broken than that. The truth is I broke us. I broke him. I broke me. And I still don't know how to put it back together. I still wait for a text that doesn't come. I still wake up hopping for a hug that won't happen. I still wear that blue dress sometimes just to feel something. But no one is watching. No one cares. No one wants. I got what I wanted. I got safety. I got space. I got respect. It tastes like dust. It feels like ice. It sounds like silence. And I am the bad guy, but I am also the sad guy. The lonely guy. The idiot who threw away love because she didn't know how to say, I need you, just softer. The idiot who thought that stop was a volume knob, not an off switch. The idiot who learned too late that sometimes when you ask someone to stop loving you the way they know how, they just stop. They stop and they don't start again. And you can't blame them, because you were the one who said their love was wrong. So I sit here, 6 months. No initiation, no jokes, no touches, no love, and it's all my fault. But also I still wish he had known better. I still wish he had fought for me. I still wish he had said no, I won't stop loving you. I won't stop wanting you, because that's what love is. But he didn't. He was a good man, he listened, he respected, he left. And I am here alone with my perfect boundary, my perfect silence, my perfect punishment, the bad guy, the sad guy, the idiot who got everything she asked for and lost everything she needed.